Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here, and I hope you're all well. And tonight you join me in the HE117. No, 177. Oh gosh, my brain's gone dead there. Yes, 177. God, why did I get that wrong? Yes, the 177, of course. Yes, the fantastic German bomber. Now this plane is very, very good. And this plane is, to me, the money train of War Thunder. Get aboard, choo choo, and enjoy your ride. Because this thing gives you such good reward for your, well, bang for your buck, basically. It's not a hugely expensive plane to repair. The repair costs, I think, about 10,000. I could be wrong on that, probably am. But it's not a huge amount. It's not like things like the B29, which is just ludicrous on its repair cost. This thing is decent. It's not a very high BR. You're not going to be taken into matches with jets and things like that. Generally, the most dangerous plane against you is the P-47 or the Spitfires. And they're really the only planes that are going to catch you at this altitude. Because this plane starts off at ridiculous altitudes, and that is very good for it. But also it's very fast, which is also good for it. And when you've got an altitude advantage and a speed advantage, it means that you can basically get to bases without being harassed. And that's really, really good. This plane is just fantastic for base bombing. It's one of my favourite bombers to take out for grinding lines, basically. If I need to make some lines quickly, I used to take out the Lancasters. I'd usually get some good rewards on my Lancaster. I could make a good amount of money relatively quickly on it. B-17 there, of course, we'll just activate our smoke and give it a little wing waggle because, we're bomber pilots. We generally don't duke it out in the skies. We'll fly past each other and give ourselves a little hello, maybe give ourselves a little bit of a friendly shot or two, but we generally don't fight each other because we know how hard it is and we know that we're after bases. But yeah, the plane I used to play was the Lancaster, of course, and the Lancasters used to get me, relatively good reward for my money. But the problem with the Lancaster is it's BR, because you get in higher BRs, and even though it's a very good bomber, it is a bit flimsy, and this is something I wanted to talk about as well in this video. We've got a Narvel there, the SO-8000, just coming up to try and shoot us, and he's stalled, and he's no problem anymore. You can see there on the kill list, the B-17 that we just flew past has just been killed by a TAR-152. When you're playing Allied planes, you're constantly being killed by high-altitude German fighters because German teams always climb, whereas Allied teams tend to stay close to the ground, and very wobbly bombing there, I know. I don't know what happened there. My plane just really got on the wobbles, which was a real shame, actually, because, it's kind of nice when they don't do that. I prefer my planes not to be too wobbly on a bomb run, but sometimes it happens. The thing that makes the HE-177 really profitable is the fact that you can take out free bases. When you've got the final load, you've got the twin 1,500 kilogram bombs, and then you've got 6 500 kilogram bombs. So the first two bombs are a bit of a loss because it's an overkill on the base, because you basically can annihilate the base with one of those things. So it's a bit unfortunate, really. The best way to make money in this plane is if you've got a couple of players and you'd go for the airfield, because of course then you get more TNT damage. However, you do lose out on the base destruction damage, so it's marginal on what's the best way to go. But usually, if you've got another bomber in your flight, you'll be able to at least get 2 bases, 1 base, or all of the airfield. And you'll be able to get really good rewards on your TNT damage. So here we're going to line up on the airfield and just do a drop. Any second now. Doobie-doobie-doo. Waiting to drop those bombs. And dropping on the airfield's good because it gives you some extra TNT damage, basically. And that will up your reward at the end of the game. So normally you'd earn around about 40,000 lions for a game like this. In the Lancaster, I could earn sort of 50,000 lions without much problem every 2 to 3 games. Whereas in this, I will pretty much earn that every game because you have the altitude advantage, you have the speed, you have the ability to get those bombs off, and it does change from map to map sometimes, but you get the ability to do it, and generally it's very rare that you got shot down. The other thing about this plane is it's quite strong, and it also has some very, very good guns on board. With the guns, you've got the 20mm machine guns, you also have the 13mm, I think 13 or 15mm cannons. Trying to remember now. Oh, my brain's gone dead. But you've got a lot of guns, basically, and a lot of high caliber guns. Fast firing, high caliber guns, which is fantastic. And this thing is built to last. It sort of takes the beating without too much trouble. Sort of, as you can see, you've got a very good gun layout. Now, you're very vulnerable underneath. The belly is very vulnerable. But, if somebody's sitting behind you, you have 3... I think they're 13mm machine guns. I've completely forgotten, my brain's dead at the moment. It's been one of those days. And then you have the 20mm at the back. At the front, you have 20mm cannon, and then a 13mm machine gun. But you have the 2 turrets on top, and it makes it very useful. Now, I'll try and find it here, but from the sky, we're going to get a Corsair come at us. And I'm just pretty much going down to go towards the airbase now and go for a landing. But here comes the Corsair. And we'll switch to player camera. And I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, hello. Corsair's on my tail. Get the cannons. And he's dead. And luckily the team finish off the rest of the planes. And that's the match. That was about a 7-minute match. And earning about 50,000 lions. And that's pretty much what you get every game in this thing. Now, a bit of damage to the plane, of course, but we're still up. We've not crashed, we've not died. We're not going to lose too much money on repairs, which is awesome. Yeah, this thing is just an absolute money train, or money plane, we should call it. So, we're going to go to the post-screen results now, so join me there for the final tally of what we earned. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. A rather profitable game, if I may say so myself. I was running a booster in that game, luckily, a 500% booster. So yeah, the outcome is very good for me. So as you can see, 1 air target destroyed. Always nice, a nice little bonus there, 33,000 lions. Hits. So these were hits actually on some ground targets. I'm not sure what I actually hit, but they just gave some extra lines, which is nice. The main thing is TNT. So as you can see here, 2.48 tons of TNT, which brings us to almost 70,000 lions. A base destruction times 2, so 2 bases destroyed. So that gives us 25,000. Now, of course, those are post the bonus. So 3,000 normally, 10,000 normally, and 5,000. So, you know, as I say, 900 normally for the hits. And then battle time, of course, which would be 4,480, and we end up with 31,000. So that is nice. And then the reward for winning, of course, which, yeah, that's decent. As you can see, 16,000 lions. With the bonuses, 110,000 lions, which brings us to a grand total of 276,636 lions. Now, of course, this is not a record-breaking lion game, but if you want to gain lions quick, this is the plane to do it in. Anyway, I hope you found this video interesting, and good and fun, and I don't know, liked it. If you did, feel free to like the video and, you know, subscribe, because I would like you to subscribe for more if you do enjoy my content. I'm always happy to have more people on board, and I will see you all again next time. Bye bye.
Hello, I'm here, don't forget I'm here.
But the other thing he just did there is he did light up the rear tyres and get some heat into them. And that's really important. If you can get some heat in those rear tyres, you're just going to get slightly better drive out that restart.
Excellent.
So the pace car is coming in right now.
Excellent pickup, Carl. A little bit of heat gives you that little bit of grip because they cool off while they're just rolling around. So, all right, so pace car's peeling off.
A bit of bounce.
Away we go. Oh!
There you go.
Did Leah just run up the back of Smith then?
Yeah, actually Leah just ran up the back of Smith, just ran straight into the back, and and Smith's
just gone down.
Martin is going around. Jason Martin's gone around. Jason Martin has gone around into the back.
And it's
huge crash.
Massive accident.
Massive